Hey, Yank Teacher Christmas here. We are setting up the candy cane fence that goes out on the railing of our deck that overlooks the street where people come look at our display. And we're getting kind of a late start. So, what was this, November 15th, 16th? Somewhere in there?
15th, I think.
15th. I've got a helper elf out of the shot, clipping the tails off all the zip ties for me. So we're midway through November, and for me, with what I used to traditionally do for a Christmas display, this is way late. Traditionally, I would start the last weekend in September and begin the setup, but that's at my old location where I had a lot more electrical outlets. I had 6 dedicated circuits. Here, I've got 3 electrical outlets basically to work from for a display, and I used to do between 60 and 80,000 lights, about 128 different props in the display, and about 2 miles of extension cord. We can't quite do that here yet. We need a massive electrical upgrade in order to do that. So we're doing the best we can at this point, and we still put a decent number of props in the yard. We just don't turn them all on at the same time, and I really manage my my electrical usage by trying to use more LED and timing what decorations are on at what time. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start putting these on, and I'm going to do a build video about these candy canes. These are actually a Dollar Tree candy cane. They used to have fairy lights in them, which is the real thin wires, just like hair thin wires with LEDs, and then they were AA battery operated. I went ahead and removed the battery operated and fished through a string of Dollar Tree Christmas lights. So this candy cane, normally I think they'll cost you between $5 and $7 if you buy them at like Walmart for a lighted candy cane individually strung. But here I've been able to put these together for $250 plus tax. So I'll shoot a video later on this. I just wanted them all to be the same this year, and it's the first year that Dollar Tree has carried a translucent candy cane. So I'll do that build later, and I'll let you just kind of watch along as I put the candy cane fence together. So if you watched my jumbo Christmas light build, I told you that a large portion of my display is held together with zip ties, and that's really not a joke. That's how most of the display goes together. It's how we put the display up quickly with minimizing the impact on the structure of our house, so we're not drilling holes and putting in nails. This way we are just putting on the zip ties, and then when we're done we'll go through and actually cut those off. So this candy cane build here, it's going to have 20 canes that are involved in this, and then we'll have a few more in other places, and then there's a candy cane fence that actually goes around the yard too. So that's yet to be assembled. We're a little delayed in getting out in the yard today. We had a windstorm this morning with about 30-mile-an-hour winds, which is making it not pleasant to be out here earlier today. Now we're down to about 5 or 10 miles an hour. So that's much better. Much better. Much more better? Well, one of those. So when my display was really trucking along, I'd go through 3,000 or 4,000 zip ties in a season. Maybe 1,500 of the 6-inch and 1,500 or 2,000 of the 3-inch. So definitely keeping the zip tie manufacturers in business.
I didn't want to give you away.
Oh, you can unless you don't want to be in the video.
I don't care.
Okay. if you see loose ones. Yeah. All right, what I'm going to go ahead and work on next is the candy cane fence that's going to go in front of our front handrail here. With that, I've got some much larger candy canes. They're supposed to go in the yard, but here we don't have a lot of soil, and there's a lot of rocks that range from like golf ball to football size that are just under the surface. So putting in one of those plastic stakes to hold one of these giant candy canes just doesn't work as well here. So I'm going to go ahead and zip tie these up. I think this one's going to get to go around the big post. I think it almost fits. Not quite. These are going to require a few more zip ties to get around the big posts. I'm going to use a few more tricks that I've learned in decorating to get things to stay. So unlike my last house, here we get a fair amount of wind, and when you've got that wind, you've got to find ways to keep things from twisting and turning. So I'm going to go ahead and put a string across the bottom, and then if I find that these are twisting in the wind, I'll put a string across here too to kind of catch those and keep them from twisting. But this is the next big decoration. So we're kind of going light bulb and candy cane themed this year. I bought, of course, the really big lights, the jumbo lights, because I have some other bulbs that are actually called really big lights that were invented by a fellow Christmas lighter many years ago. They've since stopped making them, and now they've been knocked off by every decorating company there is out there. But we're going to go ahead and put those up to kind of match the jumbo bulbs and get a different look to the display that way. So I'm going to transition up here. things about being an animated Christmas lighter for so long is that my children don't really know a Christmas where I haven't been an extreme decorator, because I've done this for 14 or 15 years, maybe 14 years. So most of the Christmases that they remember is Dad working outside in the cold. Well, at our old house, wasn't necessarily cold. It would be, well, I'd start in September, so I'd start in t-shirt and shorts, up working on the display, and then by the time I wrapped everything up, I would be wearing a winter jacket trying to stay dry in the rain. Here, I start in a sweatshirt and I end with winter gloves and going inside every 15 minutes because every part of me is frozen. So it's a little bit different decorating here in northern Idaho. Yeah, I'll just put music over it. Those were the Megatree frame supports. That was the Megatree frame supports. I didn't realize that.
What was?
This.
Oh,
It's for the big tree, which I gotta put together.
I didn't realize that
Well, no, you wouldn't, because
I didn't put it together.
you wouldn't have put it together. I did, though. Anyway, that's our candy cane frame assembly for our house. I'll get these all wired up in the coming weeks, and we'll let you see how they look when we turn them on. Hope you learned something. Ag Teacher Christmas out.